Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series. And today it's all about planning out a project or maintaining all the project details in your Notes app. Now, for those of you who have adopted the time sector system, you know one of the biggest parts of that is to not manage a project inside a task manager. Task managers manage tasks, not projects, and it's one of the reasons why so many people become overwhelmed and stressed out by their task manager is because they're trying to use it as a project manager, which it is definitely not. Instead, if you're using a task manager, ideally what you want to be doing is using your Notes app to manage the project. And I want to show you how I'm managing a project right now, a real live project right now inside Evernote, which is my main project manager, if you like, my Notes app. So you can see how I set it up for this particular project. Now, not all projects are the same. Some projects are quite easy and simple, and you just need a place to hold a few emails and a few notes that you may have taken in meetings. But this project is a long ongoing project. It's going to take about 9 months to come to completion, and there's going to be a lot of moving parts. So it's important that I set up the note so that I'm always on top of the very latest information. So without further ado, let me take you into Evernote now, and I'll show you how I have this project set up.
Okay, so here I am in my notebooks in Evernote, and the first place I'm going to go to is my projects folder, and the one I'm going to show you is the time sector system book because this is very active at the moment. Now, just to give you an overview of what's happening here, I've got right here my master project list, and I have a link to the main project note right here. So right now I've got my time sector system book in progress because I'm currently working on it. The deadline or anticipated completion date is going to be December this year. And right now I'm waiting confirmation of the book publishing contract. That's almost a done deal. Maybe I'm speaking a little ahead of my time, but one way or the other, I am going to make sure I get a book publishing deal this year so that this book gets done properly. So right now, I don't know what the deadline is. My anticipation is to complete it by December 2023, but I do need to wait for confirmation on that. So right here, I've got a note to a link here, which is the main project note. So if I tap on that, that's going to go straight to the main project note. Now, this is essentially where I am keeping all my notes related to this project. So I don't need to have this in my task manager. Now, one thing I should point out, because this is something new in Evernote recently, is I have now a backlink created to my main project note. So again, if I just tap on that, it takes me back to my master projects list. Now, the great thing about this is that when I'm doing my review, I don't have to keep going in and out of the menu. So I can just tap on this and I can go back to the book publishing contract. No, the main note. So right now, I've got my outcome, which is right here. And I've got my first draft, which was completed at the end of last year. Now, the first edit completion date is going to be the 30th of March. So essentially, I've got about 2.5 weeks left to do that, and that's well in progress. Now, the cover design isn't going to be my responsibility. That will be the publisher, and the final edits at this moment in time, it'll be dependent on the publisher. But we do have a date for the final publication. The deadline, if you like, will be the 31st of December, although hopefully that will be done before that. So this is basically the big overview with the deadlines or milestones, whatever you want to call them, at the top of the note. Now, going down here, I now have what I consider to be probably the most important parts. Now, normally I can use one of the things I really like about Evernote is my little divider there, because this is actually the most important place. This is where I'm going to be looking when I'm doing my review, if you like, of this project. So right here, my current tasks are here. So write out a list of table of contents with descriptions and send to Phil. Phil is the name of the publisher. Go through current draft making improvements. Now, these have yet to be resolved. These are issues that there's no deadline on them. They're not necessarily a task, but I do need to think about because they are going to become issues at some point. So the publisher has suggested that I get a publicist. I also hire a social media team, and that I should commit to buying a set number of books, so maybe 500 books or 1,000 books for free gifts or whatever. I just need to decide based on the way I work how many I will buy. And at the moment, I'm currently waiting for the contract to come through for review. So I've got all the things that I need right here in a little table. It's a really simple table. Now, in Evernote, we have two like checklists, if you like, or check boxes. We can create a task, but a task is going to, well, you can't put tasks in here. If you notice, if I put my cursor in here, my task is grayed out. The task would need to be here. Now it suddenly is come. It's not what I want really is a task. But let's say now I've done my table of contents. That's now been done and I've gone through. So I can see what I've actually done. Now the great thing about this is just say that I've done the top one. I can actually just move this up here so that these will sync to the bottom. Now the great thing about this, and this is why I prefer to manage these kind of tasks inside my notes app rather than inside my task manager, is these do not disappear. So I can see at a glance exactly what I've done. Now, if this was in my task manager, as soon as I've checked it off, it's gone, it's disappeared. Now, of course, I can go into the completed section of my task manager, but that's not really what I want to be doing. I want to be able to see this at a glance, what I've done, rather than having to go digging around to see what I've done. So I better uncheck this because this is actually, this is a copy of my real, the real project. And so that's something that I can do there. Now over here, let's just say that I have now decided how many books I wanted to purchase. So that can be checked off and I can see again at a glance exactly what has been done, what's been resolved in this case. And let's say when this comes, because this isn't really a task, but I can actually just go and highlight that and I can just use the strike through to say that that's been done. So there are a number of things that I can do, but this box here, this is the key to managing this project because I can see what I'm currently working on or need to work on. I can also see the issues that need to be resolved within the project, and I've got a list here for things that I'm waiting for. It's right there. So when I do my weekly planning, I don't have to go digging down here to see what needs to be done. All I need is essentially this top section right here. It gives me all the information that I need. Now, within the project note, because this is actually a notebook, so within the project note, this is the current thing that I'm working on. So these, you're getting a preview here. These are the chapter headings that I'm currently working on. But right now, I need to kind of juice them up if you like. And so looking down here, what I've done is I've collected chapter headings from Atomic Habits and Getting Things Done, just to give me an idea of how these chapter headings, how many, and also what I want to be doing in terms of the way that they should be sexed up. Is that the right phrase? Anyway, juiced up, I think, is a much better word for it. So these are just the current, like, off the cuff chapter headings, but I need to make them a lot more interesting and to go into it. Now, here's something that I picked up in November 2020, which is just an article that sort of distills where GTD, the book, might be going astray. So that's what I really wanted to show you. Now, Evernote has come a long way in the last, say, 3 or 4 months, particularly with the backlinks now, because we've always been able to do this, but it's always been a bit fiddly. Now, the great thing is I can go back to my master project list and I can pick up wherever I went. When I'm doing my planning, I can just go into here and I can just go into these sections here. So this is linked to a note. This is linked to a note as well. So I can go back and forth between my projects very, very quickly. But that's something I just wanted to show you, and it kind of hopefully explains why I don't want to be managing projects inside a task manager, because the task manager is a terrible place to manage and organize a project because it doesn't give you the big picture. It just gives you a long list of stuff that you think you have to do, which in many cases you never need to do. So as I say, I've got my current tasks up here. I don't need this to be a long list. These are the things that when I see a task in my task manager which says work on time sector system book, and then I can just create a link, which I'll show you what I can do here. So all I need to do is, this is the main project note. So I can go into here, I can copy the internal link. I can open up my Todoist. So let's just open up Todoist from here. I haven't opened this yet today. And by the way, this is my demo account, so it's going to show a lot of tasks that are overdue. That's not really what I look at that, you see. All these tasks are overdue, but this is my demo account. Let's just go into here. So all I need to do now is have a task, work on time sector system book. And I can then just highlight that, copy the link. I'm going to paste that right there, apply, and now all I need to do is decide when I'm going to do that. So if I had the task, I can decide that, okay, this is going to happen every day, and it's going to be, I'll leave it in my inbox for now. It's always going to be a priority 2 because I will do my writing in the morning, and I will add the tag writing, and then that's it. So once that's closed like that, when it comes to my task in the morning, I see this, oh, I've got a priority 2, which is a morning task for me. Work on time sector system book, tap there, and it will open up that note, and I can get straight on because I can see right there what I need to be working on. It's right there. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this episode. And it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week.
Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.